The three jeans you are looking at on screen right now are all raw selvage denim jeans, yet they all look so different. And why is that? The thing is, the beauty of raw selvage denim is that this subcategory of fashion is complex. It's a little nuanced, and even though there's a ton of raw selvage denim content out there right now that is covering this category, there's not a lot of creators that are getting into the nuance of raw denim weight. They're all talking about the selvage, what the selvage is, why selvage is not necessarily better than non-selvage, but they're not telling you about the weight, which to me, besides the look and the pitch of the fabric itself, it's arguably the most important part of what's going to determine how your jeans are going to fade and how they're going to wear over time. This is something that every single buyer should know before they're purchasing their first pair of raw selvage denim jeans. I was only able to find one video from my good friend over at Cee Are Dee who posted this, like 7 years ago. It's a fantastic guide to raw selvage denim weight. It's one of the first guides to raw selvage denim that I had ever watched when I was getting into it, and he does a great job at explaining and breaking down why raw denim weight is so important, why it matters, and how it's going to affect the fades over time. So I would definitely watch that too, but I just kind of wanted to further on that and give my take on raw selvage denim weight and what it does, the weights that I usually like to stick within, and just kind of help out a lot of the people who are getting into this for the first time, especially considering how much raw selvage denim content there is out there to this day. So today I wanted to break this down into three separate categories, three very simple categories, because I don't want to overcomplicate it for someone who's just getting into this. And these categories are going to be the lightweight denims, they're going to be the midweight standard denims, and then they're going to be the heavyweight denims. Of course, there are super heavyweights too. I already hear everybody in the comments asking me, what about super heavyweights? What about this, that, and the third? Those are a very specific category, which we will talk about at the end of the video, but not too extensively, because I personally don't recommend those unless you are seasoned. And chances are, if you're watching this video, you're probably not as seasoned in the raw selvage denim community yet, but you will get there. So today we're going to start off with the lightweights, and the reason why I want to start off with these is because this is actually how raw denim, or jeans in and of themselves, first started out. So believe it or not, when Levi's first started manufacturing indigo dyed denim, their riveted pant, it was very, very lightweight, and this was due to the fact that technology and fabric science just wasn't able to produce heavier weight denim. They were kind of limited at the ceiling of what they could do. From what I understand, they were about 9 ounces, which is interesting. TCB has a fantastic reproduction of the 1890s raw selvage denim jeans that Levi's were making, and they explain this all on their website. It's a great read if you ever want to get into that. But essentially, your lightweight raw denims are going to be anywhere between 8 ounces all the way up to maybe like 10 and a half ounces. And these are great for summertime wear. These are great for looser fits, and these are great for lighter pitches of indigo and softer contrasting fades. You don't necessarily get super high contrast fades from lightweight denim because you don't really get that abrasion, that tension or stress at the points in which you would normally get them on heavier weights, but they are still a beautiful pair of jeans. They also come in different blends of fibers, believe it or not, like cotton and hemp, cotton and linen, 100% linens I've seen even. I mean, there's some really cool stuff when it comes to lighter weight raw selvage denim. I mean, I've even seen chambray selvage denim, which is dyed with indigo. Technically, it's not denim, but it fades like denim, and it's also, like I said, it's indigo, so they look beautiful. And because of the lighter weight, these are going to be a lot drapier, so they look a lot better, believe it or not, in looser fits as opposed to slimmer fits, just because the lack of structure, it kind of blows and flows in the wind by itself. It has a life of its own. Of course, cotton doesn't drape as much as other fabrics like wools or silks or stuff like that, but it does have a life of its own, which is really cool. Specifically, some of my favorites are the full count, super smooth raw selvage denims. You have the Oni chambray raw selvage denims that are super lightweight. Capital has some lightweights even. Sugarcane, Studio, the Artisan, they all have lightweight raw selvage denims. These are just really cool. I wouldn't start off with these though, because especially for someone who's first making their foray into raw selvage denim, it's probably not going to give you the result that you expect. Now, what is going to do that for you is going to be the midweight standard raw selvage denims, which to me are anywhere between 12 ounces to about 14.5 ounces. These are perfect for me, and this is typically what I like to stick in, just because I like to wear my jeans all year round. That's number one. And number two, I usually like a very clean jean because I typically don't like all of my jeans to be super showy, super flashy, because I want people to look at my outfit composition as opposed to just looking at the jeans. But I mean, granted, I do indulge in some heavier weight neps and stuff like that, which we will get to in the next category. But these standard weight raw selvage denim jeans, these midweights, are perfect for the first time buyer, especially because they're soft basically from the first wear. They're not aggressive, they don't turn you away, there's not too much maintenance or disclaimers that you have to worry about, and usually there's not like a lot of shrinkage. It's easy to figure out your sizing with them, and they're also, in my opinion, a lot easier to repair. So there will come a time when you have to repair your raw selvage denim, and these are so much easier to work with than some of the heavier weight guys. It gets a little crazy when you start moving into the heavier weights. Now, the thing is, with the midweight raw selvage denims, you're going to pretty much be getting mostly clean denim. You're not really going to get too much slubbiness or nep. I mean, you will get a little bit, and there are some fabrics out there that maintain the 13 to 14 ounce weight that do have like that slub, that real texture to them, but you don't get like some of the crazy nep, the crazy slubs, or the wicked wild fabrics that you see in higher weight raw selvage denims. But at the end of the day, for your first pair of jeans, you usually want to stick with something that's clean like this, something that is going to focus on the fades, something that's going to let the outfit composition speak for itself. That's the most important thing. And it's also going to teach you how to care for raw selvage denim, how it wears down. It's going to teach you what you like, what you don't like, what you should expect, what you thought you expected but realized you didn't want. I mean, there's so much to learn when you're getting your first pair of raw selvage denim jeans, and this standard midweight is going to tell you all of that. And then from there, you could scale up or you could scale down, and you could decide from there what you want to do. Of course, you do have some fiber blends in here. I've seen some sugarcane. I actually own a pair of cotton and sugar canes from the brand Sugarcane that are about 13.5 ounces, which are really cool. They're very streaky. This is about as texturized as you're gonna get when it comes to this weight of denim. I've also got Oni low tension denims, which are about 14 ounces, but that's before wash. So after wash, they're probably gonna end up at like 15, because sometimes these jeans, when you wash them, they do start to garner a little bit more of like a hefty feel to them. And usually it's because of the activation of the starch, or just, you know, a bunch of fabric science that I don't want to get into on this video, otherwise we'll be here for half an hour. But you've also got the Sugarcane World War II Super Denim Collectibles, which are really cool too. These are a reproduction piece of what jeans were like in World War II during the rationing, when unskilled workers and just lack of fabric and, you know, the contributions to the war effort contributed even the way that jeans were made. These are really cool. These are about 13.5 ounces, and granted, while they are a very unique piece, the denim is pretty clean and it's pretty dark, so it's gonna give some real nice contrast fades over time. And speaking of the fading, with midweight standard raw selvage denim, you can get high contrast fades, you can get super high contrast fades, but at the end of the day, you're going to really need to put a lot of work into these, because they're not quick faders at all. It takes a lot to fade these jeans, as opposed to heavier weights, which we'll now get into. The heavyweight category for raw selvage denim is gonna fall anywhere from 15 ounces all the way up to, I'd say, about 25 ounces is like a normal range for heavyweight denim. Even 25 ounces for me personally is way too much. And then of course, like I said, there are super heavyweights that go 27, 28 ounces, 30, 32, and the most heavy pair of jeans ever made by Naked and Famous to this day, I believe, is the 40 ounce raw denim, which you literally can't even wear. But when it comes to the regular heavyweight denims, from the 15 to 25 ounces, these are gonna be like almost like armor, bro. They kind of hurt when you first get them, but they feel like armor. It's literally like wearing a bulletproof vest, but on your legs. They're super texturized. They're very heavy. You're not going to want to wear these in the summer. You're probably not even going to want to wear these at the end of spring because of how crazy they get. But you are going to get some of the most interesting fabrics in the world when it comes to heavyweight raw denim. I mean, you have things like the Made in Japan 16 collection from Naked and Famous, which are insane with the slub and nep. I love these personally. They're my new obsession. You are going to get things like the Oni Secret denim at the 20-ounce mark, which is probably right now the heaviest jean that I own because I had to give away my other heavyweight jeans. These, I mean, of course, coupled with the secret greenish hue denim that Oni produces, it is a super slubby raw selvage denim with a lot of texture to it. But they're heavy, dude. And the thing with these jeans that a lot of people don't know is that they hurt for the first couple of wears, but they fade. Basically, they start fading at the first wear. It's crazy. These are super fast faders, and they're also super heavy contrast faders, which is why usually the Indigo Invitational winners are heavier weight raw selvage denim jeans, and why whenever you Google raw denim fades, the first thing that comes up is a picture of Ironhearts, which, you know, Ironheart is one of the kings of heavyweight raw selvage denim. Arguably, to the raw selvage denim community, they are the kings of heavyweight raw denim. But yeah, dude, these will actually give you bruises the first couple of wears, especially with tighter fits. You really don't want to go too tight. You don't want to go tighter than a straight fit when it comes to these heavyweight denims, because you will actually hurt yourself. I mean, I've bruised myself so much already with heavier weight denims, but eventually they do soften up, and eventually they do fade gorgeously, and they give you fades that you otherwise would never be able to get with lighter weight denims and standard weight raw selvage denims. These have a specific kind of look to them, in conjunction, of course, with the fabric that you could only get in higher weights, but the fades themselves look completely different, unlike anything else that you get in other weights of denim. But like I said, I would only get into these if, number one, you're willing to take a challenge, number two, you don't have sensitive skin, number three, you're already seasoned in the game of raw selvage denim, and number four, if you're prepared to not wear these jeans for a good amount of the year because you're not wearing these in the summertime. I'm sorry, if you are, then you're on crack. And then, like I said, you know, after that, you have the super heavyweight, record-breaking raw selvage denims. I think Soso has a couple of them. Naked and Famous, of course, holds the record for the heaviest weight raw selvage denims ever made. That's about it, to be honest with you. I don't really know who else is making super heavyweight raw denim above 25 ounces. I'll check it out and I'll put it somewhere in the screen or on the description somewhere. But yeah, I would wait for those if you haven't tried out raw selvage denim yet. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video despite how raspy my voice sounds right now. I've been kind of coming under a little bit of a cold, but I didn't want to skip the video for this week, and this is a topic that I really wanted to talk about because I've just been noticing how many people are covering raw selvage denim now, which means that a lot of people are going to start looking for it. But these guys who are creating this content are very topically kind of covering it, which is fine. You need that, but you also need to know about the nuance, because this is not an easy category to get into and you can waste a lot of money. But anyways, guys, I should probably rest my voice and get to editing this video, so I'm gonna let you go. As always, thank you guys so much. I couldn't be more thankful for you guys. I'm about to hit like 18,000 subs probably tomorrow, something like that, which is freaking insane. And like I said, I never would have imagined my life being like this, being with you guys, being able to talk to you guys every single week. Like, it's one of the most fulfilling things, and I will never ever take that for granted. So with that being said, thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you next week.